Okay, today I'm going to test some aluminum welding rods that I got from Harbor Freight. They're supposed to be low working, I don't know if you can focus in on that, low working temperature rods. Basically it's a melting point of 730 Fahrenheit. What I need to do is I need to fix a radiator leak that I have on a KX250 radiator. As you can see it's a little bent. Obviously it's been hit by the last person who owned the motorcycle, so it's developed a leak along the edge. I'm going to sand that down and prep that. It looks like it's pretty gouged up anyway, as you can see. So there'll be some sanding involved in getting that nice and smooth again. Now I'm going to test weld two cans together just to make sure that this works and works well. I don't want to ruin my leaky rad. So first off, I'm going to sand both surfaces together, make it nice and oxidation free. I'm using some 150 sandpaper. Basically, that's all I'm going to do. Just give it a sanding to get the oxidation off of it. I'm interested to see how this is going to work. Maybe I should use a little wire brush wheel. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll use a wire brush wheel and see what happens. It's a brass brush, not a metal brush, so it shouldn't be too harsh on. Okay, step one, take the oxidization off, place the cans together. Yep, looking good. Take a rod out. These are straight from Harbor Freight. They're an awesome store to have nearby you. As you can see, just an aluminum rod. It's supposed to be a low heat aluminum rod, so I'm going to use that. And I'm figuring it's best to hold that with a pair of vice grips. That should be good. Good grip on it. Propane is all we're using today. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, well there's what I was afraid of. Too much heat. Blew a hole in it. So, warning to all. If you're doing this, hold the heat far away. But, the good news is, those two pieces are together. I'm going to try another shot on this side. Hopefully this time I won't go so crazy on the heat. Obviously I don't need as much as I thought. Go easy on the heat, hold the heat far away. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. That's the trick, hold the heat far away. As you can see, put a nice bead on it. very nice bead on it. These gans are now not going anywhere. I'm very happy with that test weld. I think it's going to work great on my radiator. That's where I'm going next. Remember, if you're going to do any of this, make sure you test weld first so you know how much heat and how far away to hold the torch and so on and so forth. Okay, next will be my radiator. Right there. But first I'm going to sand this all off because it's, as you can see, corroded and dirty. Okay, brass brush, looks nice and shiny. As you can see, there's a crack here. I don't know if you can anyway, but there's a crack. That's where all the fluid is leaking out of. You see, the pipe is bent, but it still fits quite nicely. So, get a little bend back there as much as I can. And now I'm going to weld around this using my low heat method, propane torch and low heat aluminum bar that I got from Harbor Freight. And I will give you the links to see all this stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm not getting any adhesion there. I don't know why, but I'm going to sand it and give it a rougher edge. Use my 150. I probably polished it too much, but we're going to get her done. I'm going to try this lying down this time. I'm really afraid of melting the aluminum like I did on the cans, which makes me a little trigger shy. You can see I used too much on there, but it adhered nicely. So I guess the next thing to do is keep going around. Like I said, I'm a little hesitant because I don't want to melt my radiator like I did the can. It's looking good. Except for that part that just fell right off.
Daddy, I'm done. I beat Ayana.
You did it.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I wish I could say I was getting good adhesion, but I'm not. I'll do some more sanding here and see if I can get that to stay there. Again, this is a very corroded piece of aluminum here. So you can see all the pitting. I'm afraid to sand it down to the point where there is no pitting because I think I'm going to go right through the pipe. That would sort of defeat the purpose. Now this is no flux soldering wire, so man, it's not sticking. There we go. Getting better at it. Got to be less afraid of it, I think. As you can see, we're getting a nice weld around the edge there. I'm going to continue down and see what I can get all the way around. I don't think it'll be an issue now. See if we can get a better angle for you here. You see it there? Yeah. And get some light on the subject. I don't know if that helped much, but it's helping me. I use just my hand this time, see if it gets any hot, very hot or not. Anyways, here we go. We're going to go continue on. Okay, that's it. I think I got a good bead all the way around that. As you can see, it looks impressive to me. We'll see how it turns out when I put some pressure through it. But it looks good. I'm impressed with this welding rod. It is a low temperature. It is from Harbor Freight. It's called Weld rods, and it says established 1986. It's from Master Marketing Products, and you can get it at Harbor Freight for $15 for the tube, and I think at this point about half a rod just saved me that $15. I'm going to sand this down or grind it down and make it nice and pretty, but it has sealed the weld. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, I heated it up again. Just get the excess solder off of there, the aluminum rod that I put on. As you can see, it's not that pretty, but hey, you know what? That's a $90 radiator that I just fixed for $15. So, with a propane torch and some low temperature aluminum bars, and that sucker is solid. So I recommend buying those low temperature welding rods from Harbor Freight and using a propane torch to heat them up and solder that on. I would say prep the area really well, sand it really well, get the oxidization off so the stuff will stick. Thanks for watching. Watch your heat. Don't go too high. You'll melt all the aluminum. Keep the heat. Okay. My first weld didn't go so well. It was leaking. So I applied more heat to the aluminum since it's way thicker than the cans that I used. And basically just redid it. And here's the pretty result. I've tested it up to 35 pounds of PSI and there's no leaking. So seeing as the maximum pressure designed for the system is 18, I'm pretty well sure it's going to last. Thanks. Oh, if you want to know how I tested it, I used a rubber glove and a plug with a air hose on it. Hooked it up to my compressor. I plugged both of these with wax and heated it up to seal it and then let it cool. Pumped the pressure into it. Worked just great. So, thanks again. Thanks for watching the low temperature soldering, brazing, or welding of this radiator for the KX250 dirt bike. It is a Kawasaki 2001. Worked great. Thank you.